Hello and welcome. My name is Robert Lyon, and we're going to be talking about outbound sales today. So the reason I'm sharing this with you today is because this is kind of a brain dump of the business that I'm building, but I'm mostly sharing it with you because I want to work with you. Whether you want to come and join us on this adventure of making a bunch of money, or if you want to work with us and have us build you an outbound sales team, that's what this is all about. So this is kind of a brain dump business plan introduction, if you will. All right, so let's dive into it. So the first thing is outbound sales, right? What is outbound sales, basically? Outbound sales is like manually going out there and actually getting in front of your prospects and telling them about your product or your service, as opposed to inbound, where people like see your content or they find you on Google or word of mouth or whatever it is. But the power of outbound is once you get it down and you get it moving, you're not going to be shut down because Facebook ads stop working or YouTube kicks you off its platform or TikTok's bans your profile or whatever it is, because it's manual. It's actual humans doing actual work and creating a process that generates you revenue, okay? Here's the thing. It's hard work. It's not necessarily fast. I mean, it is fast in a sense because you get immediate feedback. If you have a script, you immediately know if it works. If you're talking to your customers, you're going to immediately know if there is an interest in the market for what you have to offer. But it takes grit. There's a lot of resistance involved in this business. There's a lot of things that, you basically have to persevere. You got to get a lot of no's to get those couple of yeses that are going to move the needle for your business. But once it's running, it's unstoppable. And it's crazy profitable, especially if you work with us, because we're going to basically set it up where we build you a commission-based sales team, where you'll be part of a commission-based sales team. And it just, once you get that first bit of progress, and you start seeing this going, it's unstoppable and it's unfreaking believable. And I'm super excited to tell you guys more. So the products that work best for this to sell is you want to, first of all, you want a good product. Like I've done a lot of sales, worked for a lot of companies, and the thing that kills the sales the fastest is if your product isn't delivering your customers a wow factor, right? So that's kind of the first thing. And what's great about us building you an outbound sales team is that you'll be able to sleep at night having reliable income consistently, so you can work on your customers and not just be focused on the sales and then letting the customers fall to the wayside. The ideal things for this is $15K plus. So this is for high ticket offers. This is for big dog stuff. This ain't no little $200 course or whatever that we're going to be doing outbound sales. Another great model for this though is reoccurring revenue. And that's actually something that this business I just launched, or as of 11 o'clock this morning, I am 25% co-owner of a medical company. And basically we're going to be building a company that does revenue cycle management for hospitals and laboratories and doctors and dentists and chiropractors and all that stuff. Anyways, that model is going to work because it's a reoccurring revenue, right? If we get one customer, we're going to make $2,400 every single month. So it's just going to start stacking and stacking and stacking and stacking. So the best products though are going to be a high ticket product or something along the lines where it gives you money over and over and over every single month so that you can just keep building it. Ideally, it's going to be business to business. I believe we could do, business to customer, especially for coaches, SaaS products. I think it would probably still work, but B2B is better, mostly because the leads, right? Leads are very important when you're doing outbound. It's all in the list, that's what they say, but basically it's B2B. And the reason it works is because whenever you make a business, you're going to be promoting your information. So their emails, their phone numbers, their names, their websites, they're all over the internet. And nowadays they have all these different like AI scrapers that can just pull all this information off the internet. There's some really, really advanced ones that are like, they'll look for recent interviews that the owner has done. They'll filter out businesses that are actually just hiring so that you're not just hitting businesses that are just like out there that are dead. It's crazy stuff. The other thing that we really need in order to make this work is you want testimonials or you want authority. So part of what we'll be doing is once a month, we'll make sure that we sit down with these business owners and we'll make sure that they either are getting testimonials from their customers, they're doing PR, they're going on podcast interviews, they're working on SEO or anything that's going to build their authority, because having authority makes the outbound so much easier. It's one thing to say, oh, we'll tell them about your business, but then if they look up your business and your business looks like ass, it's going to kind of catch them off guard and be like, well, I don't want to give 15 grand to a non-authority business like yours. It just doesn't make any sense. So that's one thing we really want to work on. Another thing, it really only works for virtual products. I mean, I can't imagine like doing this for like a car salesman company where I'm like outbound calling everybody in Phoenix who wants to buy a car. I mean, it could work if you have a really big business, but we don't want that physical restriction. It's got to be a digital product. That's why coaching, SaaS companies, marketing companies, this is so powerful for, and it has to be scalable. If we go out there and get you 100 customers, you need to be able to serve 100 customers without your business failing. So that's the products that we're going to be selling doing outbound. The next slide is going to be customers. So this is basically for when you're building a customer identity. Like this is going to be like the breakdown of like what we're going to do if we were going to build this out for your business, or if you were going to build this out for any business. The first thing you need to identify is the customers, right? And you want customers that have money. You want customers that you can find their contact information. Again, this is for outbound. So their contact info should be out there somewhere in the world, right? They must still be in business and looking to grow. Okay, they got to have a pain point. Like there should be a reason that you can offer your product, and they're going to hear that you have that product and be like, oh, I need that. I need that in my life like yesterday. There has to be some sort of pain or a reason to buy. It can't just be that you're new and that you're out there. Like there should be some sort of pain point as to why they should work with you, because you offer something special. The next thing is going to be the customer avatar. It's just when you're sitting down with your marketing team or your business people, you want to figure out, you want to like have pictures of these people on your wall and looking at them and be like, this is Joe Blow, the man. He has got a bunch of money. He's got a bunch of pain, and our freaking product is so perfect for him that we're just going to learn this guy's lifestyle in and out. We're going to know their age, sex, lifestyle, buying habits, platforms, location, words they use, and their psychological reasons for why they buy, and then also if there's any like market cycles. And then the next thing is, what's something super valuable other than our product that we could give to them for free? Okay. Because with outbound, what happens is it's a lot of, catching them on the fly and then trying to get them to go to a sales appointment, right? So you got to figure out what's going to make them actually show up. What's going to make them show up to the next meeting? So what we're going to be doing is basically we're going to be finding something super valuable. So we're going to be calling these people. We're going to be saying, hey, look, I know we're basically just calling people. We're working with other gyms or other labs or whatever. And we really are noticing that they're all kind of struggling with this. And we figured out a solution. We just like to give it to you for free. We'd like to just give you some value, and we'll just give it to you. All you need to do is have like a little 15-minute call with us, and we'll get you up to date, and we'll give you an opportunity to learn this thing. And then they'll say, okay, yeah, I can do that. Then we give them a bunch of value, right? Tons of value up front. And the next step is basically going, well, here's this. I hope this really helps you. Do you know what we do as a company? And they're going to go, oh, no, I have no idea. And that's when we're going to be able to pitch. That's when we're going to make them an offer. The other thing is when we're delivering them that crazy value, we're also going to be qualifying the lead, right? We're going to be saying, how much money are you guys making per month? Are you at this level? Do you need help with this stuff? And qualifying them. So we're going to add value in the second call, qualify them, and then we're probably going to hand them off to either somebody else to close, or we're going to close them on the phone. That's kind of how we do it. But it's just good to know your customers inside and out. So hope that was helpful. Next thing is copywriting. The more that I learn about sales, the more that I learn that I need to learn more about copywriting and get better at it. I'm actually really good at copywriting, or I think I'm really good at copywriting, but I'm super dyslexic, so it just takes me forever to do it. I mean, I'm sure that's just like with everybody else, but if it works, it works, so it doesn't matter. But you're going to use copywriting a lot for outbound sales. And the truth is, the matter is a lot of salesmen really suck at writing emails, doing any sort of copywriting, and it's a crying shame. If you're going to be a sales professional, you should know how to write sales, and it's also going to be able to consolidate all the crazy thoughts that you have into simple, digestible reasons that people should buy. But for outbound, you're going to be doing copywriting on your website, You're going to be doing copywriting on emails. You're going to be doing copywriting on social media posts. You're going to be doing copywriting in text messages. You're going to be doing copywriting in paid advertising. You're going to be doing copywriting in SEO, press releases, testimonials. So I am going to teach everybody copywriting. It's just going to be one of those things that I am going to hammer home and improve on. And sometimes, man, like I'll just go home sometimes and write copy, and I'll have a blast, have a cup of coffee and just write out copywriting. And it really helps with every single business that I launch to write copywriting. And when I say that, probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but it's just trying to sit down and write the words that are going to interest your customers and get them to sell, right? You're basically going to write down the one thing that you're going to basically take all the things that are your business and simplify them into the purest form so that people will understand, so that like a 5-year-old would understand what your business does and how they can help you. One of the things is like if you came across, a caveman and you had to explain what Tylenol is, how would you explain it? And that's kind of what copywriting is. It's like, well, this will make your head not hurt. Oh, okay, I'll take that. Otherwise you're saying, oh, it's a little red pill that, goes in and blocks your neural blah, blah, blah. No. It's going to make your headache go away. This is what it is. And if a caveman can understand it, it's decent copywriting. And then you got to dig into people's pain points, and there's so much more to copywriting. But it's just important to note, like all outbound sales, everyone needs to learn copywriting. Next step of how we're going to do this, leads. Like we've been talking a little bit about this, but a lot of the reason that we're going to do B2B is, number one, businesses have money. There's not as many, B2C customers. Sure, customers have money, but they don't have, 15 grand to throw at something. Whereas like a business, if you can really provide value and move the needle for them, they're going to invest in you, right? So leads are everywhere. We're going to generate our own leads, but we still need like, emails to cold email and phone numbers to call and such. But the more accurate the leads, the more money we're going to make. So it's all in the list. But there's lots of different lead companies out there. Like I was telling you, there's like super scraper robots now that just pull all this data. So it's relatively cheap. You spend $500, you'll have enough leads for the whole freaking month. And then you just got to smash through them and just make sure you talk to everybody that you possibly can. And then you follow up. We're going to be using leads. I think it's like DataFox, Go High Level. Like there's all kinds of leads, but they're basically just scraping Google, scraping LinkedIn, and compiling it all together. And then we buy that from them. And then we're just going to test. We're going to test multiple places. I used to sell leads back in the day. I was doing it through SEO, but I was doing it super black hat SEO. So it's going to be exciting to see how these leads come from other people and see what the results are. Here's the things to think about leads. You need the name of the business, you need the name of the person, their email, their phone number, address, social media. And what I think we'll probably do in our business is we'll end up just hiring a full-time person to scrape leads. Like it's no big deal. Hire someone in the Philippines or in wherever you're at. Just scrape the emails all day, every day, and get the best data that you possibly can. But you want to keep the cost of this data low. You want to hire a professional scraper or just pay these big data companies. And keep it organized. Organize it every single day. That's how your leads are going to stay on top. And you're going to just take these huge lists. You're going to filter them into like hot leads, warm leads, not interested, tire kickers, whatever it is. But it's all in the list. The more data you have, the more money you can make. Scripts. All right. So we're going to be writing scripts for people. We're going to be working on our scripts. And the way that we're literally going to do this is once the business is all set up, we're just going to start calling these customers, and we're going to build this script out while we are talking to the customer, because we're going to have certain questions. We're going to find pain points. We're going to see if they even respond well to this or respond well to that. We're going to test, and we're going to build this badass script while we talk to them. I have multiple scripts that I use as kind of like a blanket script, but it's the way that I sell is really by active listening. And the only reason we need a script is to know what questions to ask to get them to open up, to tell them about their business, and then also to qualify them, and then just hear what their objections could be, before we get to the objection. So it's like if you think that their spouse, if they're gonna have a spouse question, you ask, and does your spouse support you in making this kind of decision? And they're gonna be like, oh yeah, she doesn't care what I do with my money, or it's my money. I don't even need to talk to her. And then at the end of the call, when you drop the price on them, they'll be like, oh, well, let me talk to my wife. And you can say, we already talked about that. You said that you make decisions without her. And they're going to say, okay, yeah, and then you're going to close. But that's what scripts are for. Basically, having open-ended questions, knowing the flow of the conversation. And then it's just really important to make a good script so that you can hire new salesmen and they can just jump in there and at least have a good fighting chance as they get used to scripting it out. And I don't like scripts as much as just freeballing it, but at the same point, sometimes you'll be thrown in situations where you just need a script because your brain's dead. You don't know what you're saying, and you just need to stick to a script that's going to make you a lot of money. So that's what we're going to do. In the script, we're going to sell the vacation. First we use the closer framework. That's not what we use, but I like the closer framework. You basically you clarify why they're on the call. You label them with basically their pain point or their problem. It's on and so forth. And basically, it's just going to be going into who they are, what to do, and basically how we can help them. And then we're going to sell them. And if you do a script well and you do a good sales call, it's not even like a hard close. It's basically like, well, it looks like we can move forward then. You ready? Sign here. Boom. On to the next one. Anyway, so script, but we sell the vacation. We're going to make sure that whenever we do write a script, we feel good after the sales call. That's really what the script is about. A lot of sales guys, they'll fucking start doing sales and they'll do a call and they'll just feel like shit after it. They'll be like, man, maybe he would have bought, I don't know, like just it's the universe hates me, Whereas if you have a good script and a good method, you're going to be able to feel good after your sales call. Be like, man, I asked him all the right questions. We got really a lot of progress. He just wasn't ready to close and there's nothing I could do. So on to the next one. That's just really important. It's got to work. These scripts have got to work. They've also got to ask for the most amount of money. I can't tell you how many salespeople have this limiting belief, and they wind up not pitching. They pitch the cheapest offer first as opposed to chipping the most expensive offer. And sure, you might get a sale, but you need to start with the most amount of money because then you can make the most amount of money instead of getting in your own way and shooting yourself in the foot and going for the cheaper option right away. So the script's got to make sure that's clear. It's got to work. It's got to close deals. It's got to feel good after every call. We all talked about it's got to be scalable. We already talked about that. And it's got to add value to the customer. But honestly, if you do these sales calls right, it's like a consultation meeting, and you're basically going to be hearing all their problems and all their stuff, and they're going to usually feel pretty good after the call, regardless if you do a good job. It's like a little therapy session sometimes. It's kind of weird. Talk to the customers and write the script. So that's the scripts. We're going to do that for your business while we build it, while we're talking to your customers. And I think it's so powerful to build your business while you're talking to customers. It's just, it's the best way to do it. Makes more sense than anything. Cold email. Everybody thinks cold email is dead. It's not dead. Makes you a fuckload of money. It's just, you got to do it right. You got to personalize every email almost. Especially once you have filtered out your list from not interested to warm and hot leads, your emails, you don't want to just be like every other spam ass email in the world. You want to touch base. You want to be like, oh, I really liked your tweet that you did last night about, the economy. Here's how we can help your business's economy. Check it out. Something like that. And like I said before in a couple of videos, it's like, I really love to add value to people. I really like to compliment people. I really like to have a joke. And then I always make sure that I make them an offer and a call to action. But who doesn't want to talk to somebody who adds value, who gives them a compliment or makes them laugh? You know what I mean? Those are the big things to get people to open up and kind of move the needle forward. So whenever you're cold emailing, you got to personalize it. Try and find them on social media. Do your research before you just spam and blast, okay? You really don't want your emails going to spam. A lot of these inboxes are already blowing up with spam, and if they see you and they mark it as spam, you could lose your whole computer if you just keep spamming it out there. I've done it before where I didn't know what I was doing. I sent so many cold emails from my IP address or whatever it is that's in my computer that from forever and ever, whenever I would use that computer to send any email or just that email, it would go right to the spam. Because Google blocked it, basically. Because they're like, oh, this guy's a potential spammer. It's over now. Fuck this guy's computer. So be careful when you're doing cold email. It needs to start a conversation. Your cold emails need to start a conversation. We're not some emails will just be like, boom, here's some money. But usually it's not that. You need to finesse people. You need to be a human being. Start a conversation. All right. The emails, they need to work. That's the thing. Once you get enough emails out there, you need to really be able to see, hey, did it work? Are we getting leads from email? Is it working? And imagine if it does work. It could all work out extremely well, and you could be closing $20,000 customers via cold email, right? That's the dream, and that's what we're going to get to. You need to have good copywriting. You must have a control. A control is basically, I sent out 100 emails. How many got read? How many turned into book appointments? How many turned into money? And then you basically just need to beat that every time. Once you have done enough numbers and you have enough data, always try and beat the control. That's your new goal. Your new business is to beat the control. And then you should be able to automate a lot of these cold emails. You want to. It's a fine balance between personalizing and then also automating, and then it also has to set appointments. Okay, cold email though, it's really good when it works. It doesn't cost a lot of money. And once you can get it down to a system and you can start a conversation, set appointments, and make money with cold email, it can change your life. Cold texting. Texting is super powerful. I use it like crazy for my real estate business. It's made me $10,000 this month in my real estate business, just cold text, or more, probably more than that. But good text blasting is real. People will read texts before they will read their email or read their phone or check their Facebooks. So text messaging is the future. Of course, we're probably going to ruin it just like everything else. But cold texting is alive and well right now. Okay, so just like the emails, you got to have good engaging copy. A lot of our texts for real estate and for other stuff is just to start a conversation, because once they text back, then we can have a full-on conversation. Whereas if they just block you from the first text, then you can't ever talk to them ever again. But so you got to have good engaging copy. All right. You got to keep the costs low. I mean, you can use like Twilio and Putio or whatever. There's all kinds of weird little text blasting things. I mean, we use batch leads for our real estate business, but we're going to be using a different software for this company. So we'll figure it out. But you want to keep it low, like a couple pennies per text, because you're going to be sending a lot of text, because it's very scalable, very awesome, and it works very well. But you want to keep your costs low. You got to add value to your brand. You don't want to just like burn bridges by spamming and coming off as complete asshats. You don't want to be spammers. You don't want to sound like they're from some foreign country and you don't know what you're doing. You want to add value and you want to build your brand via text messaging. I mean, imagine if you just text blasted everybody in America your website and it told them about your brand. Like, you'd get some freaking business, as long as you do it in a tactful way. Whereas if you do it in a spammy way, it'll taint your brand and it won't be as good. Cold texting has to work. You gotta see the light. You gotta get one deal and then 10 deals and then 100 deals from text blasting and cold email and cold calling. All this stuff, as long as it's building and it's seeing momentum and you're seeing progress, that's what you want. And you got to be consistent and you got to follow up. A lot of people will get a text and then they'll forget about it. They go on with their lives, and then you send them another text when they're a little less busy and they'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that. That was kind of cool. And then they'll start a conversation with you. You got to not sound like a robot. You got to be real, genuine, and a human being. That's what the big thing with all this stuff is. Try and get crazy big numbers, but still remain human without sounding like a robot. All right. You must clearly articulate what your company does, and you must lead from text to calls, to sales calls, to closes. All right. Sometimes you can close just through text. Do it all the time. It's crazy. I can't believe it's a real thing. But it happens. They're kind of unicorns, but there's a lot of freaking unicorns out there apparently. So it's good. It's good stuff. And you got to have fun. There's going to be a lot of people saying fuck off and all this stuff, and you just got to take it with a grain of salt, but you'll laugh. There's a lot of text stuff that just kind of cracks you up. And then it must set appointments. Cold calling. All right, this is the backbone of this whole outbound business, and this is how we're going to set up our business at Tiger Sales. So we're going to do it like the major leagues or like baseball. So we got the double A's, we got the triple A's, and then we got the bigs. Okay. So our double A's, our SDRs, our first touch points, they're going to basically be cold calling. We're going to have them have about 4 hours a day, make 100 calls, book 2 to 4 appointments, and get paid either $50 per appointment or like 3 to 5% of each close. Okay. So you can set it up either way. They are the backbone of this business, and everybody who comes into Tiger Sales is going to basically start as an SDR, because you got to grind. You got to show that you want it. You got to have some grit, and getting that resistance and getting basically knocked down and told no. You're just going to get over it. You're going to get numb to it, and then you're going to realize, this isn't that bad. I can do this. And then you're just going to fucking crush it. Usually takes about, 8 weeks or 90 days of cold calling to, kind of get out of that freak out zone where you're like, oh, I hate the phone. Don't. Yeah, but that's what we want to start people. Have that inner battle within yourself and fight through the resistance. All right. And then once we get some really good SDRs, it's on. But where we're going to be doing this cold calling is the first call is just going to be a lot of no's and just a couple book calls basically. But we're going to be trying to get them on a call for our SDS basically, which is, AAA, right? So these guys, they're going to be qualifying the leads. So the first one is just a touch point. We just got to make sure, hey, are you alive? Are you interested in this? And then we want to give you some free value. Would you be willing to hop on a call with one of our managers and basically get some free value? Okay, that's what we want. We just want that first call, start a conversation. Are you alive? Is this a real lead? Filter it down, get them to set an appointment and show up to the appointment. And the next level is going to be basically giving them value and qualifying. Okay, give them like something that really matters to them for free. Make it feel like, oh, that was worth my time to talk to those guys. And you're going to be asking them, how much money do you make? Are you interested in? Do you need this product? And then from there, you're going to basically either close them right then and there with after you basically give them a ton of value while qualifying them. If they qualify, then you're basically going to say, oh, great. Do you even know what we do as a company? And you're either going to try and give them the rundown there, or you're going to set up a next call, but you're going to stage it so that they know that the next call is a pitch. We're going to try and close you. We're going to try and do business with you. And that is the magic of outbound cold calling and how we're going to build this business, and we're going to fucking crush it. All right. But yeah, it goes, babies, minor leagues, bigs. All right. And everybody's going to be coming in, and we're going to just basically crush this. If you want to work with us, and you want to see a route to making over $200,000 a year without going to college, without anything, and you need an opportunity, this is for you. And you're not afraid to put in the work and, embrace the suck for a little while, you can start making some serious money with us. And then we're really, really interested in creating a lot of jobs for a lot of people. That's really what I love about Tiger Sales and what we're doing is we're going to make millionaires. We're going to employ people. We're going to feed families. We're going to make businesses grow. That's what we're all about. All right. We're going to get cold calling down to a science and keep it growing. We're going to find true champion salespeople, men and women that are just champions. If you're not willing to do this, then that's why no one will remember your name. Basically, we're going to have morning meetings every morning, Monday through Friday, to get everybody kind of wild up, and then we're just going to crush it. This is all going to be remote jobs, so everybody's going to be able to work anywhere in the country. You don't have to go to like a call center or some crap. And then we're just going to be really good at this stuff. We're going to set up competitions. Like if you're in the business, if you're one of the top closers or top 3 closers of the quarter, we're going to send you on like a paid vacation so you guys can all bond together and make some more money and go do something cool and then come back and get back to killing it. Like that's what I really want. And every single day we're going to have a competition, or every day you're going to see live like brackets and standings of where people are in their calls and in their closes and in their numbers so that we can compete against each other in a friendly way and have that competition drive the business and kind of, beat on their chests while we're building. But it just makes it fun. It makes having a good work culture and having fun and making a lot of money. Those are the main benefits and how we're going to really do this. And then we're going to track KPIs every day. If you start out as an SDR and you crush it, you move all the way up to the AAAs, and then you crush it, and then you're a top closer for a little while, and then your numbers fall off, and you start not closing, at least 10% of all the deals that you do. Oops, that was me. Then you're going to go back down to the AAAs, and then you're going to have to earn your way back up again to be a closer. Maybe you'll be a really good setter too. You can make a ton of money not doing the close, just asking people, hey, would you mind hopping on a call with our business consultant? And basically you'll be able to make a bunch of money too. Like it's a pretty easy conversation. So, but that's the flow of our stuff. So that's how we're going to do it. We got cold email, cold texting, cold calling, and then cold social. This is basically what I want all of our sales reps to do. Everybody who works in the company. I call it thumb hustling. This works great for e-commerce or low ticket items, as well as setting appointments. Now, the normal funnel for a lot of this stuff is to build a big ass Facebook group, right? And then everybody who comes into your Facebook group You try and get their email and their phone number. And then when they join, you send them a DM, you start a conversation, you be human. It's just like the same with everything else. You got to just be a human being, not sound like commission breath, like you're trying to just pitch them on something. Like, I know we all have a ton of LinkedIn messages and a ton of Facebook messages. It's almost like bleh. But there's a way to do it that works, and that's what we teach here at Tiger Sales. There's a way to be human, start conversations, and keep it flowing, you know? And what we like to do is we want to have 25 messages per account. That's Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. 25 comments. So we're actually commenting on people, getting them interested, having them join our stuff. And just starting conversations and like doing all these things, right? Like, well, we can talk to anybody, all right, that's out there that's willing to talk, because we're going to hit them on their email. We're going to hit them on their text message. We're going to hit them on a cold call. We're going to hit them on social media, and we could even send them a letter. We could even knock on their door. You know, if we know that there's a prospect out there that might buy our product, we're going to figure out a way to have a conversation with them without sounding crazy spammy, but still keeping it consistent and keeping this business flowing. All right. We might also experiment with hiring creators, content creators. Actually, I don't think it's going to be an experiment. I think we're going to do it. Basically, each business that we're going to build to sell or that we're going to build with our partners, we're going to syndicate your content for you, and we may or may not, depending if you want to, if definitely for our businesses, we're going to hire professional content creators to make content for us. We're going to make them do, you know, one long form video every week and like 5 short videos every single day. So that as soon as they blow up on TikTok or they blow up on YouTube Shorts, it just drives traffic to your business and you make a lot of money. All right. And that's another, it doesn't cost any money. I mean, it does for like props and cameras and editing, but it's just another thing that we can do with manpower, woman power. So if you want to be a creator and you want to get paid just to create content, holler at your boy. I think we probably are going to make it so that you're creating content on the business's social media accounts. So you don't own any of the content, but you will get paid for all the money you make, or we'll set up a basically like a commission. We'll either do a commission or we'll do like a salary, or we'll do a combination of both. Like we'll probably give you a base pay, and then whenever you start generating a ton of traffic from making this content, you'll make a lot of money. So that's going to be our cold social approach, and I think it's beautiful and it makes a lot of sense. We'll also ask you to be like a brand ambassador if you're going to make content for us. Like you'll be in our Facebook groups and answering people's questions. You'll basically be like a coach or a member of the team. But this is going to be really powerful. And I hope you guys see the potential for this. All right. And then these are just some other ideas. I call it an agency, what we have going on, but it's Tiger Sales Company. We're an outbound sales company that's ready to fucking crush it for anybody. We will first master outbound, and then maybe we're going to do some more of this stuff. Like I said, content creators. I know how to run paid ads. So if you have a high ticket, paid ads are great. You know, if you have a webinar, if you want to have a paid ad going straight to a call, our sales team will also do inbound. We're not opposed to inbound. I just see consistency. The way that I think about it is outbound is like the cake. You know, it's like the foundation of your sales, and it's a way to get consistent, predictable revenue. And then the paid ads and the inbound, that's just the icing on the cake. You know, that's like the cherries and the mints and the icing, and that's just more money to throw into your business to make it even better. We're going to do content syndication. We might do some mail. We do a lot of mail for our real estate, and it works. And I feel like it's kind of a dying art that's not as saturated as a lot of this other stuff. Door knocking, that's mostly like if we were selling like solar or something. I mean, I don't know. Door knocking is kind of freaky, but if we got sales teams, let's do it. Live events, masterminds. These are just other ideas to basically generate some revenue and also build your sales and get together. So those are the next things. This is how we're going to profit, you know, as Tiger Sales, as we build these businesses. We're probably going to charge companies, you know, $5,000 to $20,000 up front, and then ask for 8 to 25% cash revenue, and then a revenue share. And the revenue share is basically going to keep this thing growing and keep us involved so that we can basically pay all of our salesmen a commission, as well as still make a little bit of money for coaching and things like that on the side. So this is why we will build this for your business. This is how we do it, though. You know, we need $5,000 to $20,000 up front just to write the scripts, write the copywriting, fill out the plan, hire the salesman, and then everything that the salesman close is going to pay them. They're going to be on a commission, and then we get a little bit as well to keep them coaching and keep them up to date and keep paying for all the software and stuff like that. We are going to have a course, so I haven't finished the course. We're working on that. We might have a sales mentorship. We're never, ever going to do one of those things where it's like, hey, you have to pay $5,000 and then we'll get you a job. You can always just come and work for us. We're always looking for talent. But I think a mentorship is going to be good. Like, I think there's some really killer salesmen out there that just need a little bit of guidance to maybe help their career, make it so that they're like a freelance salesperson, and they just want to learn all of our tactics and how we close and how we do all of our magic salesman stuff. So we're also going to teach sales to companies. So we'll come into your company, we'll give them, some motivational speeches, we'll set up some systems, we'll give you guys advice on how to get more stuff. Especially, I really like the idea of like new softwares and new companies that are growing. If they really just want to pay us a commission to come in and coach and set up a sales team and then piss off, then that's what we'll do for you guys. And then we might just start off this company by just asking for revenue share. So basically, instead, I've started businesses before, and if you don't get anything up front, it really, really screws you up if you're not making some money, because it takes a while to get this thing rolling. Once it gets going, again, it's unstoppable. But for the first few people that really sign up, that maybe book a call with us, we'll just do a revenue share and we'll build a commission-based sales team for you. We'll just ask you to have some patience and we'll get it going. Obviously, the people that pay up front, they're going to have the more priority, but we can do that. We'll make some money affiliate marketing, and we'll make money doing other business partnerships. Okay, so that's kind of how we're going to set up Tiger Sales, and I'm excited and I'm proud of this business. How we're going to find talent. Okay, so how we're going to find you salesmen and how we're going to find salesmen for our business. If I make a post right now on Facebook, I'll have 20 people ready to go. The question is like, how do we find the killers? How do we find champions, right? Well, we're going to interview we're going to hire from abundance. We're going to interview them thoroughly, and we're going to make sure that they are serious and they are ready to go forward, and they're ready to just be savages. Then we're going to give them a really good training. We're going to make sure they know what they're doing, and we're going to start them off setting appointments. And if they can prove that they are willing to set appointments, then they can start closing, and then they can start really, really growing this stuff up. And our goal is we want to hire fast. Like, one of the main things is, like, I hate if you apply for a job, they take forever to talk to you. Like, we're gonna bring a lot of people in. We're gonna experiment and see if they're actually gonna be serious, if they're actually gonna stick around, and then we're gonna train them to make them absolute savages. That's what the whole Tiger Sales Company is all about. And then we're just gonna make sure that they're ready to go. And then once we believe that they are up to standards, and we're gonna set them off, and they're gonna start as a SDR, and they're going to build their way up. They're going to prove that they want to be in this company. They're going to keep going, and they're going to see the light, though. They're going to have that stair-step ladder where they start here making $40,000 a year. But at any moment, if they really want to just crush it, they can start going and start closing and start making $200,000 plus every year. All right. And a lot of people need that. We're going to create a lot of jobs, and we're going to make it a really great culture to be in. And we're going to get testimonials from everybody who works with us, and we're just going to keep building. We're going to do like a social media thing where people are going to see, hey, man, I went and started working with this company and it totally changed my life. I had a $10,000 week, whatever. And there's also other places we'll do hiring sites. But Tiger Sales is basically going to be like a sales farm. So we're going to be actively always trying to find the best salesman. And then whenever we find the best salesman, we're going to fucking make them champions, and we're going to fight to make sure that they make as much money as humanly possible. That's something that a lot of other companies aren't going to do. How we're going to keep our talent. This is basically what I was just saying. We got to have fun. So I'm going to build this into, a multi-million-dollar company. And one of my core things is got to have fun, man. There's no point in building these businesses if it just sucks the life out of you. Sales can be super fun. Sales is super stressful, though. You got to talk to a lot of people. You got a lot of moving parts. If you don't keep up with your KPIs, you can beat yourself up a lot. So we're going to have fun. It's going to be one of our core principles. And we're just going to create an amazing company culture. We're going to basically fight to make sure that every one of our employees gets paid the very best. As the CEO and as the creator of this thing, my main job is to say no to the shitty opportunities, and then fight to make sure that my employees get the absolute most amount of money, while still delivering an amazing result for our customers. So it's gonna be fun. We're gonna fight to pay. We're gonna give you a roadmap to make more money. We're gonna have competitions and rewards, and then we're gonna cut the bottom 10%. Every single month, who's ever at the bottom, you're gone. Unless we love you and we're giving you another shot. But that's how we're going to find champions. If you're not serious, if you're not really giving your all, we're going to fire you, or whatever the word is, and you're going to be chopped off from the team. And it's just going to be kind of one of those things where we always have people that are always lifting each other up. And then if you're burning out, or if you're negative or anything like that, then you got to get out. I'm going to make sure that everybody has a lot of time off per quarter. Like I'm going to force our employees to take like a week off every quarter. And it's just to prevent burnout, especially our best guys. Like, I'm going to force them. Like, a lot of people don't want to stop once they're making a lot of money. If they're on a roll, we'll let them be on a roll. But you got to take time off. Like I said, it's a lot of analytical stuff, a lot of just talking to people. And you need like a week every quarter to just go piss off and spend some of your money and get back to what you really want in life, and then come back and start killing it again. So that's going to be important. We're going to have coaches and motivational speakers to fire up our tribe. We're going to have people come in and teach stuff. It's going to be a lot. We'll figure out how to give people insurance and all that stuff. We'll encourage creativity and collaboration. We will make sure that everybody has an opportunity to speak, and that everybody that works with us speaks highly of working with us, or hopefully. How we're going to train everybody is basically we're going to have the course. We're going to have a little community of salespeople, and we're going to do basically Monday through Friday. We're going to have our morning motivation things where we just get everybody pumped up. We check out wins. We go over stuff. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, we're going to have live coaching and go over calls and practice handling objections. Bi-weekly check-ins. I mean, we might check in more than that, but I don't know. I hate being, micromanaging. We'll have KPIs, we'll have competitions, forced time off, clear career planning. So like people will come in and be like, look, I just want to make this much money, and we'll make a plan to get there, and then we'll hold you accountable to it. We'll create teams, because we could have teams of like, we could have a content creator at the front, a SDR or an appointment setter, and then a closer or two closers or two SDRs or whatever it is. And that could be like a little team, and they can go against other teams in the same industry. And then whoever is making better content, and it can be kind of fun. So we want to have teams and encourage collaboration where everybody's working together to really build this business. So, how we'll find clients. So we're actually, we're creating this content right now. If you want to work with us, just book a call down below. It's real simple little opt-in form, just your name, phone number, email, and we'll just talk, and we'll see if you're a good fit. But we're going to do Facebook, $0 marketing, paid ads, webinars, referrals. I mean, we'll do the whole thing, the whole shebang to find clients. And again, we're really just looking for win-wins. So, I mean, there's tons of people that want outbound sales. It's not, if I hop on a call and I tell you, hey, look, we want to just make you a shitload of money, and you don't have to worry about sales, and you can just focus on your business, what business owner's really going to say no to that? You know what I mean? So this is going to be powerful stuff. We're also going to do SEO and press releases and referrals and Upwork and everything. How we're going to keep clients. All right. Well, first, we're going to make you guys a shitload of money. That's what I want. I want to make people millionaires, and I want to feed families and create jobs. We're always going to try and over-deliver. We're really going to focus on trying to find time to save you time. Instead of you having to micromanage or waste time on us, we want you to be back in your business and working on it. We're basically just going to be here to take over your sales and make sure that we are building your sales team and getting more sales and more money, and keep going. We're going to create a dope community, as I said right here. But yeah, we're going to build an amazing community of like high-level entrepreneurs and CEOs where we can all talk and hit ideas and have masterminds twice a year. We're going to be of service. That's our whole thing. This is a service company. Our service is an outbound sales team, marketing, whatever we are, an agency, and we're just going to be awesome. All right, we're going to have unshakable honesty and ethics. I'm ex-military. And I tell people how it is. I don't beat around the bush. And also I expect people to tell me how it is. You're never going to hurt my feelings. But I have to be completely honest. I've been in too many situations where if I would have just been honest from the beginning, everything would have been easy. And I've learned that lesson. And I know now just to tell the truth, even if it's really hard. All right. And we're going to have good communication. One thing that I hate is if I start working with somebody and I set a deadline and then they just ghost me. So we're going to have good communication and unshakable honesty and ethics. That's us, man. So the Tiger Sales Company, we're going to create opportunity for millions of people, jobs, businesses. We're going to feed families. We're going to make millionaires. We're going to master sales, outbound, inbound, all around. We're going to master training sales teams. It's actually a greater skill than sales is to create how to train sales teams. All right. We're going to master getting clients and delivering incredible results, master hiring, firing, creating sales farm, and taking care of people, having fun, create an amazing business culture, grow profit impact, make sure to work with companies that are a great fit and say no to everything else. And then we're always going to fight to make sure everybody gets paid and makes as much money as possible. Here's our OG master plan. So we're going to build a lot of outbound sales companies for these businesses. But then once we really have it dialed in, we're going to start building our own businesses, right? So we're going to basically, first we're going to create like the sales farm or the sales company, and then we're going to see opportunities. So if there's an opportunity to have a business that's going to be around in the next 10 years, we're going to build it ourselves. We're going to use our sales teams to build it. But first, we're going to do it for our customers, and first, we're going to basically do it for you guys. But basically, anybody that wants to work with us, we're looking for coaching companies, SaaS companies, e-commerce companies, real estate companies, franchises, metaverse stuff, marketing companies, agencies, digital services, personal branding, politics, healthcare, etc. It's endless opportunities. We're going to build you a outbound sales team. We're going to get it to the point where it is consistently growing, building, making revenue, and then we're just going to take it to the moon. And then that's the end. Let's get to work. Hope you guys got some value out of that, and I'm here. If you want to talk to me about building you an outbound sales team, the link down below, we'll have a quick conversation and see if we're a good fit, and we'll basically get to work. If you want to work with us, we're always looking for new talent. Like I said, same thing, same link. Just book a call. We'll have like maybe a little note that you're looking to work with us, become a sales master. Yeah. And we're just going to kind of go from there, and I'm going to build this thing out. I already have a few clients that we're getting results for. They fucking love it. We're really excited about this growth and this opportunity and this year and doing this for more people. So please, I'm just a regular person. This is a badass business though, and I'm excited to share it and make it work for you and make you a lot of money. All right. You have a good day. Thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below if this had some impact on you, and I'll talk to you again in the next one. Bye.